All right. Hey, welcome to the book. I'm going to use this recording to try and just corral some of the information that we've got in our little community about how we're playing and running Dungeons and Dragons in some of the online tools that are available right now. So, this is not by any means like a this is how you should do it, more like a look into the other side of how we have been doing it. And by we, I mean the members of the book, and by doing it, I mean we've done it a couple of times, not like hundreds or thousands of times. So this is by no means a definitive or final list. It just is the way that things have kind of worked out for us best. So the first tool in the tool set here is a D&D Beyond account, and that is easy to set up with either Twitch or Google. So you go to dndbeyond.com, you sign up. The free account is great and fine for players. I would say if you're a DM, it makes some sense to maybe subscribe, just to get access to some of the monsters and stuff, and different resources that they have, as well as the alpha tools that they bring out. And I can show you some of those kind of passingly here as we get through this. But effectively, the most kind of important thing for me from a campaign perspective is being able to look at my player characters' character sheets in D&D Beyond, having those interfaces work correctly. And you'll see right there I got a message. Now that message is from tool number 2, which is the Beyond 20 Chrome extension. And what this does, I think it also has a Firefox extension you can install if you happen to like Firefox instead. But it adds this little button to your thing, and the Beyond 20 options. Basically what it does is it links up your D&D Beyond with a virtual tabletop. And the VTTs that it offers support for, I know at least, are Roll20. It looks like also Foundry, and then it's also got a D&D Beyond Dice Roller and Discord, which is cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, so pretty expansive little doodad here, and to kind of show you what that looks like in game from both a player perspective and a dungeon master's perspective. I can kind of do some shenaniganing here, I think. So I'm going to go into one of my test games. This is Pixels and Pagans, which we are getting ready to set up here. And why can I not select this person? You go to map layer? I go to map layer, that's why. So we have a person like so. Advanced. So in the basic here, you can kind of see there's the way that this is set up is just you set up your player, so whoever the player is, and that is a reference in the journal here. And when their character is set up, that's how they're usually linked together. But in our case, because we're not actually going to be having the characters show up in this game, instead what will happen is let's say I was playing Chonk, I would see here the ability next to Battle Axe to Beyond 20. And then if I go back over here, I will see that I have in fact rolled a Battle Axe attack roll for Chonk, +8, giving me 9 slashing damage, or 11 two-handed slashing damage. So from a player perspective, that's basically how things work. Is you look at your D&D Beyond character sheet, you decide what action you want to take, if that's a spell, and then you can cast it, and it will immediately represent and send over to the current virtual tabletop. If you have multiple windows open of this, it can get, I think, a little weird. So probably best to just try and have one open of each. Now, that was kind of from a player's perspective. So obviously, I was rolling chunks stuff here on the main application. But as a DM, you actually also have a very similar set of tools. So let's go to my encounters builder here and see if I've got a Roadful Hall encounter. No? Okay, well, I guess I don't have any of those encounters right now. I haven't broken those out yet. What about Goblin the Musical? Okay. Elven Hunter. Cool. So this tool here, one of the reasons that I really like the subscription for D&D Beyond is we now have the opportunity to run the encounter in game. So in this case, this is the Goblin the Musical Elven Hunter encounter, which I have already set up and already have players in the campaign. So if I hit play, it's going to include all those players, and it's going to include all of the bad guys. I can auto roll my initiative for bad guys. My players can obviously provide me with the numbers. I can punch those in, and then we can get started. And depending on who's getting started when and what the hit points are, I can start pinning out what's happening during combat and go through the encounters this way. On their turn, I can simply say, okay, they take their action, bite, and boom, I rolled a 9, does 1 piercing damage. So this utility here, being able to very quickly go into any one of these and pull that information up directly in the VTT is absolutely fantastic. Let's see if it... Nice. Credit. Sweet. And so this tool chain is what we've been using to successfully deliver on pretty rapid combat sequences. So we've been able to keep the combat flowing, keep people feeling like they've got agency and like their actions are impactful, and like they're not waiting for everyone else to go every turn. Probably my favorite part of this is as a DM when you are running some high level stuff or higher level stuff. As I'm sure you get into some stuff with like an Archmage. Now this is a CR12 monster, right? And right here, you can just see immediately what value this has, right? Being able to go, boom, I cast Fire Shield, and have the description of it just brought right here, and be able to roll the damages right here in the chat. This cannot be overstated, like how cool this is. So this is super, super flexible, and it's pretty conducive to whatever kind of organization you have going on in Roll20 in your game. So yeah, just wanted to take a couple of minutes to walk people through that setup. I'm going to put the links down in the doobly-doo and get that set up so you guys can very easily and quickly set yourself up to play D&D like we do in the book. And I hope this has helped some people, and I look forward to your comments. Thanks, guys. Bye.